neighborhood. Who gonna call? James Johnson! Yeah!
Welcome back, guys. So this is my review and honest thoughts of the Ghostbusters Spirit Halloween Proton Plaque toy. And to me, it is only a toy. It's not a prop replica. As a toy, it's very, very good. But as a replica, it's honestly not that accurate, but we're going to get into that now. So first up, I'm just going to have to place the camera down to show off the first part of my nitpicks and different stuff like this. First up here, I got it on the side there, so I just show off my first initial problem or pick or problems with it. Is that here we have the gun. And usually on the actual prop replicas, this is on here by a V-hook. This is actually using a bit of plastic on the side of the wand here, which I hope you can see just there, or a bit of plastic there that actually goes into the side of the pack using this hole. And as you're wearing it, it could just fall off as it's not very sturdy. And it just goes in like that, and that's it. So I'm a bit, little bit annoyed that it didn't come with a V-hook, metal V-hook that goes from the gun to the back of the pack, because I thought that would have been much more better. But now on to the rest of my thoughts of the actual toy itself. Okay guys, I've turned it around now to give my thoughts on the back of it here. Of course, we've got some padding in the back here for the back of the pack, and the little thing here for the battery pack, which turns the whole thing on. Now the straps here, the strapping unit here it doesn't match the as it's supposed to be on the actual pop replicas that's made. Because in the back of the actual replicas themselves, there is a Alice pack frame, which has the military brown straps, and these are just like cheaply made backpack straps, and you can just adjust them like you do a rucksack or a backpack or something. So they're just like normal backpack straps. You can just adjust. Again, with the Alice pack frame is mounted onto the replica proton packs, and it comes with a waist belt as well. And I think they are much more sturdy and a lot more accurate to the ones in the film. But for it being a toy, you can't really complain. But I would have liked to have had it mounted to an Alice pack frame, so it would have been much more movie accurate than having these normal straps here. But as I say, with it being a toy, you can't get everything. Okay, let's talk a bit about now the toy itself and how it compares and doesn't compare to the fan-made prop replicas out there. So let's have a little look at the gun first. Now, as you've seen a little earlier on in the video or in my intro, it doesn't do anything apart from make the cycle of the lights and sounds. So you can't have the lights just on the back of the pack going and the lights, you know, not doing anything on the gun. You have to have it both doing something at the same time. So you have to have the when you're having the sounds going and the lights going, it's got to be going on the back of the pack here and on the gun as well. You can't have it, say, just on the pack and nothing on the gun. So that's a bit of a issue if you want to have the lights going on the back of there, like rotating on the cyclotron and on the cell lights. So you can't just have those going. You have to go and have it going all together. On the gun itself, the wiring here looks kind of accurate. I do like the clip art there. That looks like it looks pretty decent to what they hire on the actual replicas as well. These little parts here, it's just these little sort of plastic parts just there on the end. It has one on the back of the pack itself just there as well, as they do with the packs in the film. I'm a bit disappointed that it didn't come with a working vent light. So basically this bit here, these three vent parts here, in Ghostbusters 2, as they're in the courtroom scene and they're about to do the scene Do, Ray, Egon, they press the button to turn their packs on, and the three lights in the vent here turn on as well as they're doing it when it powers up the sound effect. So, it doesn't have that light feature on this gun. As I said, that's probably why it's cheaper. But that's my so my problems with the gun is that it doesn't have the vent light. Just a little light on the side. Where's that little light gone? There's a light on the side somewhere. A little light just there. I think that lights up. Let's just play the cycle and see where it lights up in just a second. So yeah, there's a little light there. Turn this off a minute. So that is just a little light there that goes on the wand. Sadly not in the vent there. And there's a light at the tip there as it shows off when it's firing. But other than no light in the vent, I'm a bit disappointed with that one. As I said earlier, down the back you've got a little bit of plastic that goes in the back of the pack, which on the prop used fan-made props or prop replicas, there's a metal V-hook that goes onto the back, which I think is a lot more easier to put on and to take off. So now onto the back of the pack itself. Here we have the iron arm, which all these parts on here is obviously plastic, whereas on the original prop replicas made by fans or made by Bob's Prop Shop or people that build them for fans who wants to buy them. The fan-made replicas have like the back in here, the back itself on the prop replicas are actually made by fiberglass. It's a fiberglass shell with different parts like mounted and screwed onto it. So this little part here, this knob here doesn't do anything, but it does move around on the actual replicas. The iron arm has a little extra part on the actual replicas. these wires look kind of accurate because they're just like, you know, normal little wires that go on the back of stuff. But the little bits here, this is all plastic, but on the prop replicas they are metal. These little labels, these are like self-adhesive labels, but they're made by aluminium on the actual replicas. This here, this what do they call it? The ribbon cable. This is actually smaller than it's supposed to be on the films, and you know, with it being a toy, it's been made smaller. So this is what you call the ribbon cable, which goes in the back here and goes down to here. I believe that this part on the actual replicas are metal as well. It also has resin parts. So resin replicas are made for the actual replicas as well, the actual props as well. Here's another clip art for the back of the pack, as I showed you earlier, with the one being on the gun. I believe that maybe these parts are metal on the replicas as well. I could be wrong there. They could be just, you know, replicas with plastic, but I'm not sure about that. But these parts here are all made from metal on the prop replicas, but on here it's all plastic. This part here, let's move the gun there a minute. This part here, like the bumper, is actually a separate thing. This actually mounted onto the back of the pack on the prop replicas, but as you can see, it's not. It's all a part of the same unit. So that's you know, part of why it's cheaper with the toy. And you have this big speaker grill here for the sounds, whereas on the original props, that's not there. These are frosted out for some reason, but on the actual props, they are actually red, a nice colour, a nice shade of red. And when you just have the pack on the actual replicas, the light on here is going in a direction like this, which I actually quite like, and the light up here is just going up blue all the time if you have it on, which I would have loved to have had this doing that, like you know, doing that like a loop sort of thing. But this is my initial thoughts of the Proton Pack by Spirit Halloween. This is again a sticker that on the actual replicas are made from aluminium, and the reason why the Bob's Prop Shop packs are so expensive is that their backpack is studio quality, and then they buy they actually have the Mattel ones, which I actually really like the look of the Mattel ones, and they can. They actually attach to the actual Mattel PKE meter that I've got over there as well, so that they can actually do stuff together. They mount the Mattel neutrino wand to their screen studio proton pack, which I think is pretty cool. Again, that's probably why their packs are so expensive, because they got to buy in the guns to attach to their packs. And with it being aluminium and plastic and metal and fiberglass and all different stuff like that, a whole bunch of stuff goes into actually making the actual props than it does into making a toy. So from a distance, this looks really, really good. But as I say, it's not as accurate as it would have been if it was an actual prop replica. But this was my thoughts, guys, on the initial Proton Pack toy by Spirit Halloween, and my thoughts on how it compares and doesn't compare to the prop replicas made as well. But until next time guys, goodbye and take care for now.